Everybody, it's Julie Nolan, and I promised a very special guest star for this show, and he's right here in the house looking fabulous. It's Charlie Moore.
Yes.
Yay! Woo! Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
How are you?
I'm just lovely.
You're lovely?
Yes.
How was your day?
My day, you don't want to know about my day.
Okay, a little crazy? A little crazy? A little mad?
No, it's always crazy.
Yeah.
It's always crazy, it's always mad.
Well, I'm so glad that we could work this out. I was talking with your wife for the last couple of months, and we were trying to figure this all out. And
Yeah, she'd be the one to talk to the book me.
I think so.
I was like high school, I just didn't feel like going. I got there and then I left. So getting me into the door.
Yeah, was a big thing.
I'd walk out the back door.
Okay, okay.
So
So the fact that you're still here is
No, I can't
thing.
leave when I live with a carpet like this and a shoe like that.
Right?
I got to stick around and see what's
I mean,
going on.
look at this set. I mean,
got to
we
figure
are
out what's all this
serious.
about. You know what I mean? You walk in, you're like, that's very interesting.
It is very
and I said,
interesting.
what's the show again?
It's just
Did
a
you get
lighthearted
that?
talk
Did
show.
you get
I
that?
got that.
Okay, you got
I
that
got
one?
it, yeah.
Good, because
Oh,
it's a
absolutely.
family show.
It is, well,
a family
it's
show.
a family show, but it starts at 9.
No, does it?
So we could,
Oh,
you know,
great. Yes, because I walked in the set
edge
like,
it
what
up
the
a little
hell
bit.
am I doing here again? Forgot.
a little too girly.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
no, just
All right.
look,
All right.
it's, I'll let
I
go
want
of
to
that.
talk to you about your book. We're going to move right along.
Wow, wow, jumping right into the book, huh?
Yeah, yeah. You know
This is
why?
like school.
Because this is a must read. This is
Is
a
it?
must read for every person.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because it's like a modern day It's a Wonderful Life. That's
Mary, I got him here from the airport just as quick as I could. The fool flew all the way up here in a blizzard.
Harry, how about your Banford in New York?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it. As soon as I got Mary's telegram. Good idea, Ernie. A toast. To my big brother, George, the richest man in town.
That's how I look at it, because you're very honest, and you know you were already married, you had your kids, but you had all these other things going on, and you sort of take us through how you sort of found yourself and found how you were going to be successful being you.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I appreciate that. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie. But I like to, everyone loves a good underdog. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone loves Rocky Balboa. Mm-hmm. And Rocky kind of did his movies because he was trying to get into the TV industry, and he was the underdog. And he created a fictitious character, Rocky Balboa, based upon what's really going on in his life.
Right.
So in my book, people always look. As I got on TV, and that's in 1996. I was on for a minute and a half.
Right.
I got paid $50 an episode.
Right.
And every one of them laughed at me. They all laughed at the network. They were like, "This is a joke. This is not going to be on.
Right.
It's not going to last." Then as you fast forward and you become who you are today, you hear all these rumors. My father owns ESPN.
Oh.
my brother's in charge of ESPN. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law are rich.
Right.
If you Google me, you go home tonight, you'll see 1,000 stories that I don't even know where people have the time to write this stuff.
Right, like here
it's
it
not even
is,
true.
hard earned, and it's like someone thinks my family makes these.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I'd believe that though. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I can see your family making those
Yeah, these crazy-
shoes. Yeah, I feel awkward now.
I'm
but
sorry that
just,
there isn't one in the shape of a fish for you. That would
No,
have
I'd
been more
rather sit in the
appropriate.
shoe one, to be honest with you, and you sit in the fish. Then people would really be screwed up, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
but it is, you know, and I think I mentioned this to you before. I worked in radio, and it's a tough industry, and people are quick to say, "I don't think so, buddy."
Every industry's tough, though.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
you do is tough. Life's
Yep.
tough. The kids today, I tell them all the time, when I motivational speak to kids and talk to the kids and
Yep.
coach football and coach soccer, coach the team,
Yep.
it's all about winning. Don't have a different attitude about it. It's all about winning. There's
Right.
wins and losses in paper, and there's not good jobs in the paper. There's not effort. There's not an E for effort.
Right.
If you're gonna do it, do it right.
Right.
You're gonna work at it, work hard. Don't accept failure. So I knew what I had in my head when I got there at Nesson.
Right.
And then you went on, and everybody, was telling me, how I got the opportunity, and my family was my in-laws. They own Obershon Hardware.
Right,
my in-laws, they own. They're rich. They gave me the show.
Right.
You know, people have to find a reason why the Patriots went 18-0. Because they taped some guy kicking a field goal to practice.
Exactly.
It's so silly.
Exactly.
They went 18-0. To go 18-0 in the NFL, that's a very difficult thing to do. No matter, you could tape every practice you want. Right. You're not going to go. You got to go out and win the game.
Right.
So people always find a reason to knock you off your pedestal, or to people try to find a reason to knock you down a little bit.
Absolutely.
And so the book, for me, this book was very heartwarming. It wasn't about fishing.
No.
Because everybody always asks me, hey, how do you get your show? How do you get on TV? How did you get where you are? How did you be on ESPN?
Yeah.
How'd you do this? How'd you do that?
Right. I'm going to tell you a story. When I worked at WEEI, it was news radio, and then it was moving over to sports radio, and Eddie Edelman was already doing like Sports Huddle or whatever. And so I knew him and worked with him, and I said, how do you feel about, your show versus the shows that are coming in that were more serious-oriented sports shows? And he said, I'm going to tell you something, Julie. Whatever show it is needs to be entertaining. People want to be entertained, whether it's radio or TV, and I'm entertaining, and I'm not worried about it. And when I first saw you on Nesson, I was captivated by your personality and the things you were saying, and I thought, that's so funny, that's exactly what he's talking about, because I wasn't really interested in fishing.
Yeah,
I'm still
neither am
not
I.
interested in fishing.
I don't even know how to fish.
You don't even know how to
Someone comes in
fish.
and does it for me. It's easier. Gift.
Well.
That's a gift. You should write a book or be on
well.
TLC or something, or some medium show or something like this. That's crazy.
You want me to tell you some more
I'm going to
stuff?
throw this away right after the show is over. I'm sorry about that. Horrible, horrible. No, I love to fish. Obviously, I grew up from fishing. But I grew up with different than I see the shows as a kid watching.
Right.
I grew up in Revere. I'm from Linfield, Massachusetts.
Right.
I grew up in Boston fishing all the time. These guys in Boston, it's fishing with Vinny Boombots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing over here. You're doing it all wrong. You're messing the area up.
Right.
I bet you $5 I catch the bigger fish than you. You laugh, you have fun, you smoke a cigar. I was 11, 10 years old, walking around smoking cigars, fishing. Gambling. I didn't do any drugs though, so I feel good about it. No drugs, never any drugs, never did any drugs, just robbing
But
cars
were you
and stuff.
considered
It's a long story. It's in the
boy.
book.
Oh boy, this could go to
Oh,
an
I thought
hour.
this wasn't a family show. I thought it ended at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry. Being in Revere, being in Boston, people fish, just fun.
Right,
It meant it was entertaining. It was your cousin Vinny, your cousin Gus, Uncle Gus. It's just people crazy.
Right.
Then you get a fish, and that's a small fish. This is mine's bigger than yours. It wasn't like about seriously trying to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And so it was just always fun. And being a kid, playing football, growing up with my father.
But you were really sort of a good fisherman.
Oh yeah.
As a young
I was
person.
insane.
So that's a gift that you have.
Everything I
right.
do, listen. Everything I do is I play to win.
Yeah.
Everything
exactly.
I do, I'm there to
Exactly.
win. Everything. If I do something, it better be.
Yeah.
It's got to be good.
Yeah. So this better be good.
This
So
will
you're
be
gonna
good.
Cut it.
You'll make it good. The shoes will make it good. Just the shoe alone, for crying out loud.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for a quick break, and I have a really fun gift for you from a new member of the Julie Nolan Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Like I said, we have a new member on the Julie Nolan Show team. Her name is Holly Small, and she spent all day Sunday making a gift for Charlie Moore. We figured that you have enough fishing stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But do you have anything bedazzled?
Oh,
Do you have a bedazzled
as wonderful
tackle box? It's actually going with your whole look.
No, I know. As wonderful as this is, would it shock you if I told you I had 3 of these back home already?
It would not
Just
only
like
shock
this.
me, it would make me cry.
No, I don't have one of these.
Okay.
Why would you think I have 3 of them back home? I'm kidding.
I don't know.
That
I don't
is
know
awesome.
where we're going sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where I've been either.
But
That's
yeah.
awesome. What would you like me to do with it? Bring it on the show?
Yes. No, you can do
If
whatever
you
you want.
see it
It's
in the
your
show,
gift.
now you know where I got it right here.
And what we're going to do is we've polled the audience for
Well, thank you.
questions for you, and so we're going to go for another quick break, and then we're going to bring Francis Patrick Kelly on, a.k.a. Kicker Kelly, to help us with the questions. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Before we go to the questions from the audience, I just want to say that one of the best parts about having Charlie Moore on the show is he's kind of putting me on the map. It helps me when I look for other guests. I can be like, hey, come on, Charlie Moore was on. But also...
Well, it could hurt you too, though. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm going to
yeah.
cut you off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, cut you off.
It's okay.
Could go the other way, too.
It's all right. It's,
It
all right.
might.
It's cable.
I mean, look what happened with Scott Brown. He came on the show. Mitt Romney came
All right,
on.
Enough.
All right,
enough.
so
Let me
whatever.
finish. Let me finish.
Someone's winning.
But what I was sensing was some people, including my neighbor who's in the audience, was thinking that the show was leaning more towards just like girly stuff. I don't know why they would think that, but and we have talked about fashion and things like that. But I do want to talk about everything and anything. So thank you again for coming on. And now we're going to move to questions. I have Kicker Kelly here to be my ambassador of questions.
Yes.
There he
Good luck
is.
with that.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I can
All
see
right.
the answers, though.
That's it. You're out.
You have
I
the
mean, it's like-
answers,
it's
like-
don't
told
you?
high school
These
was
are
rough for
questions.
me.
There are no answers here.
Oh, well, I
You have
prefer
to
the
have
questions
them.
and the answers.
We won't know.
Oh.
Will we know if
Oh, I
you're
have the
wrong?
answers to the
You
questions?
the
Oh.
questions for you.
Oh.
We might get the right and wrong from over here.
Don't ask her. She'll tell the truth.
Oh, nice.
Now, see, I should have brought you on, Angela. That was my
Very
mistake.
nice.
Oh, and I
Absolutely.
forgot. There's something for you in this tackle box. Remind me. Anyway,
Is it a
continue.
cigar or what?
All right.
Manly?
This is from Gunnar Frawley.
Yep.
Where's
is he?
Gunnar?
There he is.
There you go.
There he is.
What's the biggest bass you have ever caught?
14 pounds. A little over 14 pounds in Alabama.
Aaron. Where's Aaron?
Oh, right here.
Yes.
What was your biggest fishing disaster?
Oh. Is it like one?
I know. Can you narrow it down?
It was a plural.
Honestly, it's, and it's in the book too. I was doing the first episode of the show, in a front row back in the day on Nesson's front row. So we had a first episode on Chabaco Lake in Wenham, Mass. I got to the lake. Remember the day the 18-wheeler got stuck under the bridge in Boston? There was like traffic. Well, the guys had left Nesson and they were in traffic. So because of that, tractor trailer. I put the boat in the water and I'm just hemming and hawing, waiting for the guys to come. They finally came to the ramp. I saw the Nesson wrapped car or whatever. And as I looked over, my boat is completely, pretty much sunk. I didn't put the plug in the boat.
Oh, good.
I mean, it's just sunk. Yeah.
Oops.
So my first show, the boat sank.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
that.
So
I think that gets the award. I'm sure you have had other things, but a
it was
boat going
just
down is...
hilarious. And then I drove home. I ran into the driveway, and the plug was sitting right there. I guess it fell out. And I remember my wife, Angela, yelling, "Imagine what would happen if I did that. You'd kill me. But if it's me, it's okay." I can't believe I'm laughing. If someone else did, I'd have him hung up by the...
Absolutely.
It's true.
But, yeah, the boat sank.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Oh,
bad
good.
start to the career.
All
But
right.
there's no better tasting freshwater fish than a snake.
Really?
And it is the ugliest. It's a snake.
I'm going home and looking that up.
I've already had it. I ate it. I mean, I cut it up, ate it. Unbelievable. The white meat, unbelievable tasting fish.
Now, you a good cook, too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm an excellent cook.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Funniest fishing story.
The funniest one? Well, I have tons of funny ones. I mean, obviously, that's what we do, But I think the funniest one that you all might like would be what I said about Governor and former President candidate Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was personally calling me, like nonstop. This guy was calling me, and he's like, "Hey, Charlie, it's Mitt Romney." I'm like, "Listen, buddy, stop calling me. I'm gonna come to your house and smash your teeth in." Right? I'm down, and the guy hang up. A couple minutes later, "Hey, Charlie, it's Mitt." I'm like, "Listen, I'm getting sick of this." I didn't think it was Mitt Romney.
You thought it was a joke.
Well, come to find out, I guess Mitt Romney's guy called the president of Nesson and said, "Charlie Moore keeps hanging up on me." and he's pretty violent, and he says a lot of mean stuff.
Yeah. Never mind, I don't want to fish with him.
Yeah. So then the president calls me up and he says, "Hey, you hanging up on Mitt Romney?" And I was like, "No, I would never do that. Are you saying this, and this?" I'm like, "That wasn't me, I can assure you." I'm like, "Oh, Mitt, it's Mitt." I was like, "That's crazy, right?" So Mitt says, "Let's go water skiing." I says, "Oh, I'll take you water skiing. Yeah, I can do that. It's no problem." I get some rope, we'll tie it to the back of the boat, we'll go water skiing. So Mick gets into they shut down Lake Cochituate in Framingham, Mass. Shut it down. Police everywhere. I jump in the boat with Mitt and I go off, and the state police went crazy. They're yelling at me. Of course, they know it's me, right? That's the first time that he was ever with the civilian. And they were saying, you can't be with him alone. You know what I mean? And the guy was yelling out, the state cop was like, his bodyguard was like, "You can't, it's the first time you're being alone." I'm like, "Well, you picked the wrong guy to be alone with. I'm pretty violent. Well, I can't do anything. I can't control my anger."
Yeah, that's a mild way to phrase it.
Yeah, civilian, right? I'm like, whatever. They were kidding. I found out lately. Mitt set it up.
Oh, that's
So Mitt set it up. They shook me down. They pinned me down. Like, what the heck? And they're going to arrest me.
Wow.
Mitt was funny. Funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Vengeance.
Yeah. So we go back on the water, and Mitt jumps in. And he's floating there, and he says to me, "Charlie," this is a true story. It was just, everyone was just dying. He says to me, "Charlie," he's in the water, he's float bobbing. He says, "Charlie, how many times you've gone water skiing behind this boat?" I said, "Nope, this is the first time." "It's not a water ski boat, Mitt. I literally tied the rope to the eye loops and threw out a tow rope." Once. It was only
Did he get up?
Oh man, he's a machine.
Oh, is he?
Slalom skiing.
Wow.
And his hair. The hair never moved. Never moved. The hair was perfect. He landed in the water. He come up. His hair was.
Look at yours. It doesn't move.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's very presidential hair.
Oh.
Yeah, his hair was. I'm impressed by the hair. He was. And then I get in the water, and Mitt he throttled it. And I start to get up, and you can hear. I mean, come on, guys, you can hear the motor. I go down. He goes. I'm dragging. So I finally start yelling, swearing at him. "Hey, mother, baby, stop with the boat. Leave the throttle down. I mean, I know you're the governor, but have a brain. Would you just lay it down? What the hell are you doing?" He kept on coming up, He's trying to bury me. Make me look bad at my own show. And it worked.
Nice.
It wasn't that hard.
Very
It worked.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. How many countries have you fished in?
Oh, first of all, I got to figure out what a country is. Let's see. United States, it's one. I don't know.
Do you want to go to break and talk to Angela?
About my answer?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know what? What you just said there makes what I said 10 times worse. You know why at home. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
No, we go to break, but I want to answer my own questions.
All right.
And then
We're gonna
off camera, I'll ask her.
Nice.
We will. We'll take a quick break.
Thank you.
I was 32.
I was 30.
I was only 28 years old when I found out I had breast cancer.
I survived breast cancer.
I survived breast cancer. I am still fighting breast cancer.
Talk to your doctor, get regular mammograms, and perform routine self-exams.
It's as easy as taking a shower.
Welcome back. We have a couple of more questions, and then between the three of us, we're going to do a little name dropping. I hate to name drop. I'm kidding. I love to name drop. I just met David. I'm confusing him. I met David Ortiz last week. It was very exciting. Now, have you ever fished with him?
Not yet.
Okay.
I know a fisherman, his name is Charlie Moore. He's the greatest fisherman that I ever saw. He got a fishing stroke, but it's so much more. And if you fish against him, it's like going to war. He goes all out when he goes in. And when you fish against him, you better fish to win. He catches so many fish that your head will spin. But at the end of the show, you can still be friends. Take you out like a trout, but he still got class. When it comes to catching bass, he'll bust out. Ask me no questions, tell you no lie. But Mr. Charlie Moore is one hell of a guy. From the pond to the stream to the river to the lake, there's never been a catch that he could not make. Can you rock it like this? Can you rock it like that? Get with the mad fish, cause mad fish is where it's at. Charlie Moore is the mad fisherman. Charlie Moore is the mad fisherman.
Last question here. Bait or fly? What's your favorite fishing method?
Well, bait. I don't really fly fish. It's an art form. It's very, zen-like, which is cool, you know, but I'm not into that. I just can't sit still. I was the first official case in Massachusetts ADD, you know, back in the 70s. I don't really like to talk about it too much. It's too emotional for me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I can talk about it if you'd like.
No.
I can talk about it. You sure you want me to?
No, I'm going to move on to another question.
I like to. Well, I'm saying I like to talk about it if you don't mind.
Oh, I was mixing that up.
That's fine. I won't bring it up. I'm very, people fish like their personalities. A lot of people who have different lures they like. I always give seminars on a lot of things, but when it comes to fishing, I always say your personality is usually how you fish on the water.
Okay.
If you're jumpy, if you're antsy, if you're moving, if the boat's moving, but sit still and do the whole fly thing.
Not
you know.
you.
No, and I've done it, and it's great.
Right.
But just as a whole, it's just very, it's for people who are, who aren't, they're not moving a lot. They can sit still because you have to.
Right.
I can't sit still.
No, me
You know,
either.
I can't sit still, and it's fine. I mean, it's not like we can all get along at the end of the day, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I know.
There's always a beer in the dinner.
I know, right? So it's different. Everyone, fishes differently, and everyone does their thing differently.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Spinning reel, bait caster, being on the boat is where I like to be.
Well, that's getting back to your book to some degree, that you'd want to get to the areas that you're comfortable with, the things you are good at, and focus on that. You don't have to be broad.
Yeah.
You know.
As far as the one thing I want to say about the book, it's a motivational book. It's not a fishing book.
No.
And if people always ask, how'd you get there? And it's great for the kids because I don't have a college education. I didn't go to college. I drove by several of them. You know what I mean? I drove by, hey, where's the potty at? You know what I'm saying? So I never went physically and studied.
Right.
Probably because I couldn't sit still. Like I told you before, I can't sit in the seat for 45 minutes.
No, but your oldest is at Merrimack College, right?
Yes.
That's very exciting.
Yes, and I wore a Merrimack shirt on my show, and people thought I went to Merrimack.
Oh, that's good,
I called the president and said, I want my son to go to Merrimack for free.
That didn't happen.
Happened.
Okay. One last question. Is there any data to this? My husband got this for Christmas, that if you sleep on it the night before you fish, you're a better fisherman. Have you ever heard of that? No.
I'm guessing there was something more to the story than that.
We'll probably cut this part. Anyway. All right, there's one other thing. Now, I forgot about this. Inside is a little gift for Angela.
Oh.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can open it.
Okay.
It's a real bedazzled.
Oh.
Little bag for you.
All right.
Isn't that fun? Unless you want, although it goes with your outfit.
Don't leave home without it.
Yes, that's very nice. Thank you.
Who do you think, out of all the famous people you've met, you were most starstruck?
Batman.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. When was that?
I don't know, 2005 or 6, something like that. 5.
Okay.
It was Adam West.
Yep.
His Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to go take a leak off the boat. He was leaking like Batman would leak.
Oh, you were.
Yeah. Yeah. I say, why are we fishing? You're Batman. Just use your belt.
I said 9, not midnight.
No, he's going to the bathroom. He was Batman.
Okay.
He was going to the bathroom like Batman. I thought he was going to go. I thought at any moment in time he was going to fly off my boat. Growing up as a kid, you watched Adam West as Batman.
That's why I asked, because you've met a lot of people.
Every movement he made, everything that he did, I've been around every major celebrity. They all want to come on the boat. They all want to go and go, whatever they want to do. Eat dinner, smoke cigars, talk, be on the show, which is great. It is great. That's fine. But I don't, because of that, I'm always in awe of the celebrities that have been on, the athletes that have been on, the talk to them, like we're talking one-on-one. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Ask questions that may not air, right? Like the whole bathroom thing, whatever, right? So right, the thing about it is, when you're a kid, you're mesmerized when you're a kid. When you're 8, 9 years old and you meet Ted Williams, that kind of situation.
Exactly.
I was with Batman.
Exactly.
I remember as a kid, this was Batman, and he talked like Batman.
That's awesome.
And he was, I'll tell you this. I remember, Nesson told me to go easy with him, because I tend to, come out of the gate with some questions.
Really?
But yeah. So he pulls up in his limousine, he gets out of his car, and I said to him, I go, listen, did you have an affair with Catwoman? Right out of the gate.
That's the first, okay.
And and he answered the question for like 45 minutes. And I was like, this guy is hilarious.
So was it yes?
The other one that was amazing guest was Chuck Woolery.
Okay.
Chuck Woolery is just one of those guys who is hysterical. The one thing when you see me at the grocery store, I'm 10 times crazier than I'm on TV. They're like, oh, they ain't faking with that guy, huh? They're just cutting all the good stuff out. I'm throwing meat around looking for the good stuff at the bottom.
Right. Do you have a special time?
That's true. That's not funny. I'm looking at the dates. Come on, what's this?
Do they give you a special time at the grocery store for just you? Or?
No.
No? Okay.
I like
You
talking
might want
to
to think
people.
about that.
Everywhere I go, I always get approached everywhere I go. And I love talking to people. I'm a people person, like you are.
Yeah.
You know, you talk
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
I never shun away my fan base. They made me, my family, they've helped me out. They're there for me. I always have time to talk about anything. Sometimes you get comments that are like, you think in your head, like, are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
It's weird, but that's part of the thing. You know?
Absolutely. No, your fan base is amazing because I always just tested it. I would just be like, well, I'm having, Charlie Moore on, and be like, oh, and it's just different. I mean, kids, older, men,
it's great.
Girls in their 20s, everybody knows you.
Yeah, it's great. But the thing about Back to Batman was, as a kid, then he's on the boat. And he's telling you stories. And we talked about things like there was the first time on TV they used a fake computer. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he said, I go, Adam, why did you go down the thing with the pole? And then you jump in your car. Everything is fast, right? Then it slows down, the camera. When the car is going out of the cave, remember? Yeah. The bat car is going out of the bat cave. The bat car out of the bat cave with Batman. A lot of bats, you see? All right. Because they said they built this huge set, and the hole was just too small for the car to go through. So rather than build this whole new set, they did one take only. So every time that car went out, it was the same
one
shot. And they went slow. Okay, how's the mirror, Robin? The mirror's fine. Okay, how's your side?
Makes sense now. Makes sense because it is. Well, anyway, thank you all for coming on. This has been fantastic.
You're very welcome.
Season 3 is kicking off in a high gear. And I don't know what next month is. I'll have to think about that.
Well, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, meeting everybody here, and it's a cool show. I've known you from back in all the connections. Obviously, Eddie grew up in Linfield. I'm from Linfield, so
exactly.
You know everybody in the industry, and
he really does.
But
and your wife Angela is fantastic.
Yeah, she's.
I feel like I know her well now. We've been emailing back and forth.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, thank you very much. Actually, I do remember. Next month is all about. Well, there I go again about girly stuff. It's all about what's hot and what's not in makeup, hair, and clothing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll be there. yeah,
Just come just for the heck of it.
Look at the wide open canvas,